Because if no one hypes you up, then hype yourself up. We can't wait. If anything, we have learned that time is a social construct that we just have to go through, but also, like, there's not enough time for celebration. There's a reason why things pass by so quickly when we're having a good ass time. It's because we're able to be fully present without worrying about yesterday or tomorrow or the next hour. It's because we're on divine timing. And so another thing is astrology update, y'all. Wednesday, courtesy of the Water Bear on Instagram, he broke down the way Mars retrograde is going to hit us. And so that's from Wednesday, September 9 to mid-November. It goes from a little wavy. But what that means is that there might be internal aggression, frustration, short-lived on like passion and making things happen and all that stuff, right? And so I bid you to not get frustrated, but to review all of the things that you wanted to do. If there is something you want to start and you can start it today on my birthday, September 7th, I mean, the numerology is dope, so I always recommend. But anyway, also the 8th. On Wednesday, if you can prevent from starting something, unless you don't need it to last, more than a month and a half, cool. If so, passions might run hot and cold. Things might fizzle out. Because if you think of fire, flames burn real hot. But unless it's California, no offense, that might be a bad joke, it won't last a long time, right? Most times a flame goes out quickly. That's probably a bad joke. I apologize. And so anything that starts off really hot tends to fizzle out. So think of that with wherever that may hit your chart, if you know about your chart, or in like your endeavors or relationships. So if you want to start something new, hot, passionate, and you just want it to last that 1.5 months, do you. I am not here to judge. We are a safe space. But also like business stuff or what have you. I feel like you got the gist. I feel like you do. So what do I want to speak my life into? I learned this from Amani, who actually has an event coming up of Black women talk your shit, which is really legit the dopest safe space that I have encountered in a virtual space. It was also physical, but we're here in this pivoted normal until further notice. And so in order for maybe somebody to know, how do I speak life into myself? First of all, I totally always would recommend Treat Yourself to Confidence is an episode about the solar plexus. And hustle gang, shameless plug. I got Citrine on deck. And maybe I'll explain crystals or something at a later date. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I will lead by example, right? So for the next solar return, my Jesus year is how people call it. I think from my birthday until then, I think I am going to say I am open to receive all of the abundance that the universe has for me. Because sometimes I believe this is the most highest thing that I want, and then God is like, that's it. That's all you want to ask for? Because I got a whole lot in the back, but is this all? Let me know what you want to do, because where's the rest of you? Bigger, go bigger. So I'm just here to receive, be open to receive, because I feel like I've been in a cycle previously, not now, because I've been by myself for a while, but in a cycle of just giving without equal energy exchange. So I'm here for every equal energy exchange. I am here for the duplication of abundance that I can't even fathom. I am here and open to receive and give love. I am here to support. I am open to growing, continuously breaking generational cycles, traumas, breaking all that shit down, and allowing and breaking open my heart and my soul for the healing of my past, my present, and my future lines, right? Legacy. I'm here for a legacy of healing and abundance. And so what will you speak into yourself? What will you remind yourself on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, whenever? Every moon, whatever you want to do. Like, what positive thing can you speak onto yourself and remind yourself on a consistent basis? Excuse me. Joy is real. Healing is real. There are parts of you that actually do heal, and you don't have to keep breaking it open to keep healing. And that is a concept to me that I'm like, oh, whoa. Are we always growing and figuring out new things? And yes, but there are parts of us that we can trust. There are parts of us that we can believe in. There are parts of us that we can say, hey, thank you. I no longer need you to block my blessings. I was going to say something very inappropriate. And be cool with that, right? So in this year of 32, I think it's going to be a dope ride. Because 31 was slightly ghetto. Slightly. But I think that I had to experience all of these. I guess they're roadblocks, but they're kind of like road openers. Sometimes I can be stubborn and think that, okay, I have a plan and this is how things are going to go. And I take too long. I have settled for things that I don't need to settle for. I have existed in a mind state where there's not enough for things to go around. And I mean, we could break it down, oppression, being a Black woman, what have you. But those things had me in quicksand and I was sinking. And then sometimes the universe comes and snatches you up in order to place you on a different part of the road that you're supposed to be on. You know, especially in therapy, I've been talking about the concept of trusting myself, this new self that I am currently existing in. Because I've been like 6 different niggas this year. I don't know. I was going to say something about cussing, but I'm 32, y'all. So in this new self, it's hard because I don't know how to fully operate as this new self. And maybe this makes no sense to you, but come with me on the ride. To no longer be in the space where only trauma exists for you. And to move forward into the possibility of new healing experiences, be it in work and relationships and just being alive, right? It's hard because it feels like you have different people within you. And so I gave the analogy of like I'm in that driver's ed car, right? And so there's happy-go-lucky me, like, yay, everything's possible and we can do all of these things and amazing things are just gonna happen. And then there's like old school me who has also been like the warrior and the protector and has gotten me this far. And they're the ones where the brakes are at. I'm here driving and I've got my rose-colored glasses on and I'm ready to go on an adventure. And then there's like old school me that's like, yo, what if? And it's like, no, we got it. It's cool. And then I'm still driving, and then old school me is pressing the brake as I drive. And what happens? We're head bumping with no music because one's going, the other one's stopping. And what does that mean? It's stagnancy. It's not allowing for anything to come in and nothing to leave. And so it's hard, but it's worth it. My therapist did say that. That's like, you gotta understand that you've operated from this way. Instead of offense, you've been playing defense. And so to learn a new strategy, look at me talking sports with you. Hold on. In order to learn a new strategy and to be able to play from a different part of the field, there's some learning and training that needs to be done. And that learning and training is trusting yourself enough to give yourself a chance to experience something new. And that, for me, is scary. Because it's like, yo, but like the old me did some like bald-headed stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with being bald-headed. But some ratchet stuff, some low vibrational stuff, has done some small box stuff. But it's like, are you still a small box person? Are you still doing bald-headed whole shit? I mean, sometimes it's fun. I ain't judging. But like, if you're in a different part of your life and you've learned some stuff, take the test of life in doing the exploration. So there's always that question like, what would you tell your younger self? And so this is me telling you, it doesn't matter if you're younger, whatever. You're ever growing, healing, transitioning, coming out the cocoon, metamorphosis self, because that's where we're at, y'all. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. I would say believe that good things are possible and operate from that standpoint. If it is any kind of relationship and it's a little scary to embark on a new journey, be it professional, be it whatever, allow yourself to go in fully with the expectation that something good will happen, even if you feel crazy doing it. And this is sometimes I'm really talking to myself. What if you fly? That's it. What if you fly? When you think that you're about to fall out of the sky on some Icarus shit, and your feathers are gonna fall, and you're just gonna end up splat on the ground, bald-headed with no feathers. There's a theme here. What if you flap instead and keep trying to fly? So that is my thought process for y'all. This is where I'm operating from in being my whole 3-2 self in about 15 minutes. Find moments to celebrate even the smallest things.